Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Green Life Garden and Home DIY channel. So I am out here in nature. We've got the breeze blowing, and so it feels good in my neck of the woods. I don't know about yours. We are enjoying this warm winter weather, and so I just wanted to come on and just quickly say that the holiday seasons are quickly approaching, um, and I'm hoping that you will connect with those that you need to connect with in this season so that you don't feel um, left out and sad, and allow your emotions to get the best of you. Make sure you are guarding your thoughts in this season, because I'm going to tell you, your thoughts can put you in heaven or hell. And just depending on what you're meditating on and how you allow these holiday seasons to affect you would be really up to you at the end of the day. So, it's a good thing to come together and to support one another in these seasons, and especially for those that actually celebrate them. There is a lot of people that have gotten away from celebrating the holiday season simply because of a lot of the misinformation of the origins of them. Some of them, we know are pagan, and we still do it, for whatever reason. But it's time to wake up and to accept the facts on some of these things that we should be accepting, the facts on it. I mean, if you want to continue to believe certain things, go right ahead. But, that's going to be up to you to deal, or how you decide to deal with the consequences of that. So I just want to say, this is a good time to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, invest in your family, invest in your future, and only you know what that looks like for you. I know what that looks like for me, and so the main thing is just getting started. However you choose to invest in those areas, just get started. You know, um, we are a creative people, and that's what we should be doing. And when you think about getting down and feeling down, and you know um, left out, or whatever it is you are battling, use that as a time to focus on creating, and dream big. Dream big, and don't give up on your dreams. No matter what people say, no matter, you know, whether they agree with what you're trying to do. Some people try to tell you, well, you passed your prime, and certain things are out of season. It doesn't matter. Even if the markets are oversaturated with a certain thing, it could still work for you, because what's for you is for you. And the energy that you bring to it will cause it to flourish, or not. It just depends on what you are given to that thing that you are trying to accomplish. So, it's about your perspective on things, not someone else's, when it comes to things concerning your life. Um, you know, you cannot allow yourself to be carried away by other people's thought process of what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. So, you are life, and life is you. You know, Without you, there is no life. So, you are life. And so, a question I asked some time back to my family, we were having, I think I was having a little health, health and wellness little meeting we had at my mom's, and I was asking them, to really think about, are you living or are you just existing? You know, um, if you're just existing, I feel sorry for you because we should all be living or trying to live. And that is a question you need to really ask yourself and consider your answers for it. You know, life is what you make it. Life is definitely what you make it for yourself, and you have the control over that. And if you decide to give that control to someone else, then that's on you. So it's what you make it, no matter what. I don't even care what your condition is. This is why I've been pounding on for a very long time thoughts, because your mind can do some incredible things. I this year I've seen things that I never saw before in my life that you would not even think to be possible that people are doing just by engaging their minds. There used to be a commercial that said the mind is a terrible thing to waste, and they show, they crack an egg in the frying pan and show the brain just frying away. With the things that we're putting into our bodies. And it's just amazing though when you use your mind or your mind's creative abilities. It is so amazing what you can do and accomplish in life. So just know that your thoughts are a major outcome in whatever direction you decide to go in, whatever you decide to do. Your thoughts are going to be the major thing that is going to affect the outcome of whatever it is that you're trying to do. Life don't just happen. This is something that you have to make happen. There are certain things that you have got to put into effect, and that only you can do. And so it's just not something that's going to happen. I was talking to a nephew on last night, and I was asking him the question because that was the question I posed to my daughter. And yeah, she's young, she's very young, but I still ask her these things. And my question to her was, um, I wrote on the board, invest, and I wrote in yourself, in your family, in your future. And I asked her, what does that look like to you? Like I asked him, what does that look like to him? Everybody is going to have a different answer. And the main thing that I wanted to drive home with that, with him, her, and you all, whatever you're doing today, I want you to just stop and think about it, because that's what's going to determine how closer you get to accomplishing a better life for yourself or a worse life for yourself tomorrow. What you're doing today, you can already pretty much put together what your tomorrow is going to look like, and how closer you are to meeting a goal, how closer you are to accomplishing what you want to accomplish in the future. You just by what I'm sitting here doing right now lets me know, or could give me an idea what my tomorrow is going to look like, what my next move is going to be. All of these things we have to take into consideration. And so when you lay down tonight, like I told him on last night, just think about it. Just lay there and ponder in your mind everything that you have done today. And that's going to really let you know how much closer you are to reaching your goals on tomorrow. You got to have a plan of some sort. And I'm telling you, if you would create you a plan, stick to it, be consistent, and be persistent. you will not fail. I remember I was a part of a ministry many, many years ago, and I was asked to make a sign, a really big sign. This is when, you didn't really have the printers that like just printed off, your single sheets. These were the actual perforated edges, or what would I call it? They had the little holes in it that, the printer, it just prints out. Everything was all connected. You had to, the perforated edges that you would tear the pieces off and then tear the little circle things off that actually made it run through the computer. Anyway, I remember making this big sign that the pastor had asked me to make at that particular ministry. Lord rest his soul, he's gone on now. But it says, if you plan to, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it looked like I have seen that more now than ever. Whenever it was told to me, and he was preaching and teaching on it, and when I was asked to make the banner, that's what it was, to go up on the church wall. Um, you know, I never really heard. I'm looking at a squirrel drinking water out of a bucket I got over there. I never, I never really heard it much outside of him talking about it. But as the years went on, I began to see it more and more and more and more. And I just look at all the time that has been wasted, how we could be so much farther along in pretty much anything that we desire if we would just get our mind out of, um, you know, these lower places that most of us are residing in most of the time. And when I talk about lower places, I'm talking about things that are really not spiritual minded things, your very basics in life, which is what most people are thinking about right now because of everything we have going on. We're thinking about food, clothes, you know, and it just a lot of things. Yes, those things are necessary, but at the same time, uh, you know, the spiritual things, are more important than the natural. And we've got our mind all over the place. We're thinking about all kind of stuff that serve us no real purpose. I mean, we were thinking about what people are doing, and um, you know, we used to say back in the day, who shot JR, and uh, all of this stuff that at the end of the day is not really serving us any purpose. The only thing it's doing is bringing us down to a lower level and causing us not to be able to really press forward and be creative, and do the things that we need to be doing right now that are going to help us and sustain us, and take us to the places that we need to be. I could think about so many things right now that I have just kind of, I could have been so much farther ahead had I just remained focused on those things. But you know, over time in life, things happen. True enough, and it does take our focus and place it in a area that it should not be, or if you're gonna deal with certain things that has taken your focus away from those things that are important, you need to make sure that you are not allowing yourself to sit there too long, because it's just such a waste. It is such a waste. I could look back now at people, you could just, even if you just go on YouTube, I don't, and for you YouTubers, some of you think, well, oh, I've got a small channel. But I've looked at people start out with zero. Maybe I was the only subscriber at the time. These people have hundreds of thousands of followers now. They are, you know, pretty much making a living, where you got some are just hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss. And, there's no real focus on anything. Sometimes we're just all over the place with our thoughts and with our goals and dreams and just everything. So I would say just, choose something, choose a couple of things, and, begin to get focused on that. Find you something that you can work on when you find yourself down in the dumps that is using the creative part of your brain. And that really takes your mind off of a lot of the things that we tend to ponder on. So, you know, as far as people, though, people are going to be people. Um, it's so many things that we can get caught up on as far as people are concerned. Remember Ecclesiastes 2, it tells us there's a time for everything. It's a time. And right now, I see a lot of people, instead of uh, coming together, a lot of them are being driven apart for different reasons. And trust me, whatever is in the dark, it's going to come to the light. You can see that in the book of Luke, uh, 11, 12th chapter, I believe it is. You'll find where, you know, the scripture speaks about mothers against daughters and mother-in-laws against daughter-in-laws and fathers against sons and just so much, and then you also could read further on in the Bible, and you'll find that there's, a time for reconciliation as well. And so, life is what you make it. You create your heaven, you create your hell. And it's all about your thoughts. It's all about what you believe, your perspective on things. And so I just say, invest in yourself in this season. I know what that looks like for me. What does that look like for you? Investing in your family, investing in your future. What does that look like for you? Begin to think about these things, take notes, make goals, make your plan to follow your goals so you can at least accomplish something, you know. Don't just sit there. So, again, be mindful over these holiday seasons. This is a time where we have people very emotional, very stressed because maybe they feel like, they can't go out and buy all of this stuff that um, they would desire their kids to have, or, a loved one to have. And maybe they feel like they can't go out and buy the food that they would desire to have. And some people have everything and they're still not happy because someone's missing. But be very careful in your thoughts in this season. These seasons, you have to understand, have become so commercialized. They're not even geared towards family, togetherness, none of that. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by any means. Find you someone that you can connect with. Call a family member. It may not be the one that you wish to be there, but I know everybody has someone special. And if you don't, then, you know, meditate. Go within yourself, meditate, and begin to, um, really allow yourself to enter into a spiritual place that would be able to keep you until this season or these holiday seasons pass you by. So, hope that I said something helpful to someone on today. I look forward to getting back with you guys on my sugar cane. I did a video talking about growing it, and oh wow, I am so surprised at how everything has taken off within less than pretty much a week. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Peace and love to you all. We love you over here at Green Life Garden and Home DIY channel. I hope that life is treating you well, treating your family well. And I will see you on the next video. Peace and blessings. One love.